install apps on Splunk Lab. So we already have a lab setup which is having a search head, indexer and forwarder. Now let's see how to install apps on any component. Let's take a search head. If you want to install apps, how do we do that? So before we go to that level, we need to know where to check the default apps. Like when we download Splunk from the splunk.com website, there are some default apps into it. So how do we check that? So from the Splunk web, we can go to Splunk web and go to like manage apps. So here you see all these apps are defaultly available. Like when we install Splunk, all these apps are available. So this is how you can check the default apps from the front end. Now if you want to check it from the back end, so we have to go to that particular component. Let's say search it for this moment and take the SSH key and then go to the command prompt, navigate to the folder where you have SSH, paste it, and yes. And once you're logged in, log in as a Splunk user, go to opt Splunk etc apps directory. So ll. So this is where the apps are installed. So for now, I don't have any other custom apps installed. So whatever we have see here, these are all the default apps. When you install any other apps, those will also be added here. But for now, whatever we have here, these are all the default apps. Then, what is the difference between apps and add-on? Like we have Splunk app, Splunk add-on, two different things, right? What is the difference? So there are many differences you can call it, but basically with these three differences, you can identify whether it is an app or add-on. If it contains a data inputs, if any particular package contains a data input, then you can say it as an add-on. If it does not contain data input, probably it is an app. Okay, so we cannot decide yet, so just check if it has data input, then in there you can decide add-on. If it is not, it might be app. So then the next check what you have to do is, does it contains reports or dashboard? So if it contains reports or a dashboard, definitely it is an app. So if it doesn't contain report or a dashboards, then you can categorize it as an add-on. The next check what you can do is, does the app or add-on name contains the word TA? So it starts with like some add-ons names with starts with TA underscore Splunk next, TA underscore service now, something like that. TA will be there in its name. So if it contains TA in its name, then we can categorize it as an add-on. If not, we will there it might be like apps. So like this, there are many conditions. For now, with these three conditions, you can decide whether it is an app or add-on. First of all, let's try to understand where to install add-on. Let's say you are downloading an add-on from Splunk base, right? So you have an add-on in your laptop. Where do you install? Will you install it on searched or indexer or forwarder or all three? We don't know, right? So definitely, so it's not all three. It may be all three, but we cannot say add-on should go for only this particular component, that particular component. For that, Splunk gave a packaging toolkit that is a separate framework. So that helps us in splitting the app. So any app or add-on that has to be splitted. Like if you use this packaging toolkit, it will give three different package. One is for searcher, another is for indexer, another one is for forwarder. So you can deploy the searched package to searched, indexer package to indexer, forwarder package to forwarder. So let's see how to use this add-on packaging toolkit to split the apps. So we have a procedure listed here. So the prerequisite is you can download any add-on. So I'm just downloading this add-on. You can download any add-on as you wish. So you can go to Splunk base and you can just log in and download. Yeah, you can log in with your credentials. Yes, it is logged in. Now let me download this one. You can select this and download. Okay, it is downloaded. Okay, so we downloaded an add-on and we have to install Python 3.7.8. Not the latest one. Make sure you have this particular version of Python, because this packaging toolkit works very well only with this particular version. So make sure you are downloading and installing it. So once you click, the package will be downloaded and you can click and you can install. So make sure you select this add 3.7 and you click on install now. Now the setup was successful. Python is installed. So if you want, you can disable the path length limit, which will be helpful when you're reading any big path. Closing it. So now we can follow these steps one by one. So make sure you are following these steps one by one. Don't skip any steps. So for that, let me open my command prompt, and I need to be exit from the search it. So these steps we have to execute on our machine, like our laptop, because this setup we are going to set up in our laptop. So for that, so we need to check whether if the Python is installed. Okay, you see 3.7 13.1, which is because I have a different version of Python already. Along with that, I installed 3.7.8. So now we have to make sure that the correct version of Python is installed and we are executing. So if you have multiple versions of Python, right, it will be difficult for you to execute every time. So that's why we create a virtual environment. We just create a virtual environment in Python using Python 3.7. Now virtual environment is created. So now we are in this document downloads directory. So navigate to the documents directory, or what wherever you want you can navigate. I would like to keep it in documents folder. So now after navigating here, you can create this Splunk migration folder. You can create with any folder and go inside that. We are inside that, and now let's create the virtual environment. Okay, virtual environment has been created. You see, it says created a virtual environment. And now let's try to activate the virtual environment. Yes, you see, we have a virtual environment activated. Now inside this, let's try to download that packaging toolkit using this curl command. It is getting downloaded. Yes, and now let's use this command to install. We zoom in. Yeah, we have this command pip install Splunk Packaging Toolkit. It is installing. It is getting installed. Yes. Now we have to downgrade the semantic version, because the whatever the semantic version it has 2.10.0, it is not working properly. So we have to downgrade it to 2.6.0. Okay, we did it. Now it is downgraded. Now the setup is done. We have to split the Unix app. So for that, you go to your downloads directory. So you downloaded that app, right? So cut the app and go to the documents directory, Splunk migration. Inside this, you keep this app. Now you can go to the command prompt here. Let me clear it. Yeah, here if I put dir, yeah, we have this Splunk add-on pack toolkit. Now you have to execute command slim partition and then Splunk add-on for Linux and Unix. Execute it. So now it is automatically splitting the app. See, it has splitted the apps. Now we have searched indexer forwarder. It says three different apps. If we go inside that Splunk migration folder, the place where we kept the tab, now you see we have three different Splunk TNX forwarder, Splunk TNX indexer, Splunk TNX searched. So what this packaging toolkit basically did is it took this package and it splitted and it gave us a three different package. So this is how you take an add-on or app and use the Splunk packaging toolkit to split.